well-established norms of international law and has defied numerous United Nations resolutions in its occupation of conquered lands, in extrajudicial killings, and in its repeated acts of military aggression. Most of the world regards Israel's policies, and especially its oppression of Palestinians, as illegal and outrageous. This international consensus is reflected, for example, in numerous UN resolutions condemning Israel, which have been approved with overwhelming majorities. United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan said in April 2002, quote, "The whole world is demanding that Israel withdraw from occupied Palestinian territories. I don't think the whole world can be wrong." Only in the United States do politicians and the media still fervently support Israel and defend its policies. For many years, the U.S. has provided Israel with crucial military, diplomatic, and financial backing, including more than $3 billion each year in aid. Why is the U.S. such a staunch bastion of support for Israel? Bishop Desmond Tutu of South Africa, who was awarded the 1985 Nobel Peace Prize, has candidly identified the reason. Speaking to an audience in Boston in the year 2002, he said, "But you know as well as I do that somehow the Israeli government is placed on a pedestal in the U.S., and to criticize it is to be immediately dubbed anti-Semitic. People are scared in this country to say wrong is wrong, because the Jewish lobby is powerful, very powerful." Bishop Tutu spoke the truth. Although Jews make up only 2 or 3% of the U.S. population, they wield immense power and influence, much more than any other ethnic or religious group. This has been confirmed by Jewish author and political science professor Benjamin Ginsberg. In his book, The Fatal Embrace, Jews and the State, published in 1993, Ginsberg wrote, "Since the 1960s, Jews have come to wield considerable influence in American economic, cultural, intellectual, and political life. Jews played a central role in American finance during the 1980s, and they were among the chief beneficiaries of that decade's corporate mergers and reorganizations. Today, though barely 2% of the nation's population is Jewish, close to half its billionaires are Jews. The chief executive officers of the 3 major television networks and the 4 largest film studios are Jews, as are the owners of the nation's largest newspaper chain and the most influential single newspaper, the New York Times. The role and influence of Jews in American politics is equally marked. Jews are only 3% of the nation's population and comprise 11% of what this study defines as the nation's elite. However, Jews constitute more than 25% of the elite journalists and publishers, more than 17% of the leaders of important voluntary and public interest organizations."
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my YouTube debate with the outside world. Well, it's like this, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot victimize people out there in our society. If you've got civil unrest and people making videos targeting people, especially in the World War era of our Third World War, causing killing and unrest in our societies, these people should be brought before the courts of people that manufactured the video that was on YouTube, and they should be put through for trial for affray and civil unrest and be charged for the lives of people that were lost. It shouldn't be taken out on civilians in your society. For the simple reason is they are not responsible for what happened. You do not release a video targeting religion at the time of war. And these people couldn't care less. If you want to be a satanic person, go ahead and do it. But don't do it to your civilians and your society. You are no one in this world. The Creator, God, created this world, and He'll always control it. No man will ever will. maybe the satanic people that think that they're superior to God, that want to go out and cause civil unrest to innocent women and children in their lives. You know, you got to drag these people into the courts, the people who are responsible for this video, everyone, and try them for crimes against humanity, violation of human rights. Don't go charge it. What happened with the English Defence League when they torched the cities over there in England? I didn't see any of them get arrested, not that I know of, or causing civil unrest. Was allowed, wasn't it? But the minute the Muslim people do it, it's not allowed. So where you going with this? You, the politicians, are responsible to bring these people to justice and make it worldwide media that you're dealing with the problem. Otherwise, be prepared for the worst. You rattle a bee's nest, you're going to expect to be attacked. And that's the way it is. It's human nature. When the Aborigines got invaded by Cook, they fought in a tribal way. It's the only way they knew how. And you're dealing with tribal Middle Eastern people. And you can't change their lives. You're trying to get them to kill Christians, the Muslims. It's not going to work. The Arab world have united. They're not that stupid to be divided and conquered and to be overlorded by other countries that invade them for their oil and their resources, and to try and trick them into a religious war which does not exist. Your so-called superpower is responsible for this, and the people financing it, like Han Saban, like they were responsible for the past 2 wars previous. Financing.
State. As the New York Times has noted, and I quote, he has since emerged as perhaps the most politically connected mogul in Hollywood,
Han Saban.
his weight and money around Washington and, increasingly, the world, trying to influence all things Israeli. I'm a one-issue guy, and my issue is Israel, he said. Nowhere is the Jewish grip stronger than in
His
Hollywood.
issue is Israel. You know why? As he states in this revealed Jewish cabal recording that I've got here on my mobile phone, as he states there, that he couldn't care less about anybody else's lives other than the Jews, that they survive on this earth, which means they want to wipe out 90% of your civil population, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the real world. You know, so you decide what you want to do with your civilians, and you decide who you want to kill. And when it comes down to civil unrest, you'll be killing your own brothers and sisters in your own family over these issues. Because we are living in the year 2012, a multicultural era. We're all human. All should be treated as human. Where's your human rights gone? They're all being violated by your so-called superpowers, the elite, controlled by the Jewish cabal. Your governments have been taken over by the people, and they're making your decisions for you. And they cause civil unrest in your societies, and you don't even realise that. Way to go, the New World Order. You got no freedom, people. Because when they enforce martial law to your society, you'll be hauled into the FEMA camps. That's exactly what their plans are to do, is deal with you people. And these are the people behind the scenes. So, open your eyes. You want to go killing your family and your nephews and nieces and all the rest of it over this bullshit, racist and fascist idealistic views from people out there in society that target people over religion? Well, go ahead, do it, because that's where you're heading. And if heads roll and people's heads get chopped off, guess who's to blame? Hello? Open your eyes. It's appalling to see what goes on in the world today. Innocent human lives getting killed over what? Over people that want it to happen? Invade your privacy? Destroying your families? Is that what you want? Well, you have a serious think about it. You know. So, it only goes to show you've got to do a bit of research and a bit of political research at that to find out what's going on. Instead of concentrating on what's going on in your society and attacking each other over bullshit. Propaganda. They want the religion to kill each other. So the satanic world can take over and the satanic governments and their idealistic, devilish views. Do you know what I mean? So you want to dance with the devil, you burn with him. And that's where it ends. We die in spirit and soul. We come here as dust, we will leave as dust. So you choose your road. And our road's God, the real God, not the one mankind has left behind. You know? It's appalling. They migrated from Egypt years ago in the days of Moses, pissed off and built their empires and left God and the Bible behind them. And then they promoted Satanism to your societies. Immoral laws passing them to strip people of their children. Homosexuality, prostitution, everything that comes into it is all immoral against the creation of Mother Earth. And everybody knows that. So you choose your side, ladies and gentlemen. And if you like it to be violent, you like your families to be killed, well, go ahead and approve of what's going on. And go ahead and discriminate. And go ahead and fight each other over your religions. Because it's going to get you all killed. And you'll burn in hell if you follow Satan's idealistic views. That's all I've got to say.